A very good morning to everyone. I'm a few seconds early, but there's Carol and Mary Ann here. Good morning to the two of you. Yes, we had a great healing school this weekend. Very illuminating. So let me see what this is. So I drew 3 cards this morning to begin today. And I think you'll love that I did. First card is joy. I don't mean to cover you up, Babaji. Look at that light experience in the aura. Like a child, I discover joy in the simplicity of life. Happiness lies in the magical moments, not in the material. Even the smallest joy is a great source of light. Amazing. If we could only overcome thinking that instead we give energy to the material experience instead of the sacred moment. So the next one that came, and I love this color, was choice. We have a choice in how we hold our mind, our thought, our heart, all the parts of us every day. Let's see what it says. I choose serenity and light and positive energy. No matter what I go through, I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God. What a message after choice. Don't you agree? And joy. Such a beautiful color with the mixture of blue and pink. Very nice. Well, then was the third card. Blue, and it's faith. Right? I am confident I will achieve my goals. I live in the present and have faith in the future. I firmly believe in my value within the universe. Well, I am certainly holding and giving it all the muster I can for everyone who's here and works with this channel to begin to really believe who they are in the universe. They are a chosen one. Yes. That beautiful blue with that radiance of who you are. So that's beginning our day. Where'd they go? Here they are. So what came up for everybody else this weekend? Anything you want to talk about? Do with because today's the healing day. The Eye of Horus. Well, good morning. More comes. Paul and Lauren, good morning. And Marianne Sloan says that was beautiful. Thank you so much. Just pick of the hand. The cards are beautiful because they speak to that which we tend to forget. You know, we forget we're beyond just even the house we live in or apartment, whatever it is. And how sometimes our heart shrinks and our mind becomes putty versus being expanded in all that we are and all that we can do and all that we have. So Marianne says, beautiful. Dream Tooth, welcome back. Good morning, all. You don't happen to be from the South somewhere, do you, Dream Tooth? Or maybe raised there? I don't know. It doesn't matter. So today I want us to focus on our hearts and the way we love. And are we detached from how we love so much to the point we don't even know how it's feeling? Or are we all about it? Do we make it an important part of the scheme of who we are every day, of how our love expresses itself with others? It would be very sad if you're detached from it, because it would not be. I went to see Tina Mack. Very good. Hello, all, blessings for this message. Welcome here. We all enjoy always everyone coming back to be here with us. So we want to not be detached, whether it can be the love inside ourselves. And I think if you all are honest with yourselves, there are those moments when you have detached from the beauty of the love of God that's swirling around inside you, that you have prepared a way to have existed. And our human world tends to pull us like a pulley. Let's pull that back in, thinking there's a different reality, and there isn't. There's the reality of the love of God, Mother and Father, within your hearts. So let's bring that in right now. Mother and Father's heart and their love into your own heart. First thing you can do every morning, and hopefully you're sleeping every night in your I am presence, being bathed in that love and choice and peace and harmony. Yeah. Because this is where we want to get to, where we live. And if we see something that's not loving, we can turn and walk away. Because that's just how it works. Yes. Any other thoughts about those three words? Joy, choice. Oh, I'm going to forget one. And faith. Not such a good one to forget, and yet we probably, at some point, all do. I have a friend who her daughter's name is Faith, and she's starting at a new high school today. So let's all give her blessings that she will find her way, and it'll be most profound in the recognition of making choices for the highest and best good of ourselves are always brought back to you in an awareness of peace and happiness. So let's let that joy expand out through every cell of who we are, almost like it's a shower of a golden light bringing the blessing of joy. Now, the element that we worked with in class this weekend was fire, the essence of fire. So I'm going to offer every one of you a few drops of fire energy to blaze away anything that's uncomfortable for you. Whatever the word could be. Tired. I don't even want to speak the words, but you can let them go. Let the fire blaze through them. Yeah, because what it's going to do as you release that is allow joy, choice, and faith. I like thinking of those colors intermingling with those themes they represent. And they're all within you, perhaps dimensionally, but yes, it's very powerful. And if you could ever take the moment to take the beginning one and to the next one, and then at the end we have the evolution of faith, it's very powerful. Very powerful. It's what the violet flame does to disharmony. The violet flame does many things, but that is true. It is true. If we could but only remember when those moments come that disharmony becomes a participant in our moment, that we can call forth the violet flame to blaze, blaze, blaze its magnificence. And to clear, clear, clear all discordant energy throughout your being, however far it goes out, to release you from indiscretion, not being in love. Because every morning when you wake up, you want to be in love with you, in love with the heart of you that represents who you've been through eons of times as a soul. And some of you are going to be getting on the verge of finding out what your soul's doing now. Yeah. Always working, always evolving, always transforming. I can say, honestly, there's probably only moments where not something's working is when you're very sad and in recluse. And that's when it's time to have a friend to remind you that your heart's beating and that it's full of light, and to start pumping all the love again through the consciousness of your heart. It happens, but understand anything that happens now in this life is purposeful. Because as you've moved through another soul lesson and you're getting to the end, those things that are coming up now are purposeful, and they want you for when your next time is to come and judge about coming, or to look at, I should say, coming here. It won't be the same one you're doing now. It'll be the next one that is being prepared for you within you. Good morning, Marby. Good to see you here. Yes, it's good to see a lot of the family members of our group back home. And that together we can feel another level of love and compassion from within our own heart to ourselves. And see this burst of light. Let me show you one. This is the faith. Can you see the different colors there? And look how it helps the mind to believe. Faith. The other two we had were choice and joy. They're more the automatic action for a number of you that you have that. This is one I think we all need to work on. Who's our brother? Jesus. Who's our mother? Mary. Yeah. However it may look in this life, from a soul level, that's who they are. And God is our Father. Yeah. And Dream Tooth, yes, she's making all kinds of happy little roses and hearts. And perhaps a moon or a flame. Sometimes I don't see the real tiny ones too well. So let's think about Babaji for a moment. Yes, there's his picture. And he resides in Badrith, up in the Himalayas. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere because he's listening. For those who ask for him, you say his name 3 times, and he will come and help you evolve through whatever's going on. So if you haven't tried that, well, I don't want you to try it. I want you to do it when you're in a need, and you will feel him there with you and find your feet walking a different path. So he's an avatar. So he has a freedom that we don't know, but it's an expansion that we hope to attain, let's say. Yes. Any questions from anyone? Yesterday we were working on our bathroom, cleaning the grout, which I'm sure everyone has to do at some point, and we found it very profound in our thought process as we were doing it. And perhaps you are not yet to where you are awake to know that what you're doing in your daily world is in some way an action of how you are within yourself. So we found stubbornness. I'm not going to own that one. But various things. So what we don't always understand in the simplest things we do are lessons. And we cannot just walk away and ignore things we need to do. There's a difference between a house that's full of everything and the house that's in order. So you might want to think about that. And what is the disheveledness saying to you if it happens to be you? And find the ease in being settled and open and aligned. That's what you're looking for. Yeah. We have Lady Tara here, which is the counterpart to Babaji. They're in harmony. Yeah. And that's what we want for every couple, unless they're in a purposeful learning. That's what you want, where you want to be and how you want it to look. So I want to take a minute and let's bring that heart from Mother and Father in union down in and within your heart. If it's not already there, bring it there. And what it shows me is it's like washing. It's moving in, through, and around the 2 hearts in union. So let's just let it have a minute. And what it's going to do is begin to feed the mind, the body, the back, your feet. You're going to feel ignited because it's probably been dormant for a little bit, maybe if it's just a couple days. And You're rebringing in joy, faith, and choice. And we don't really know how that's going to change your life today. It may have you remember something you've forgotten, and you've not been with it for so long that you've forgotten, and now it needs to be continued. Perhaps reading a book or writing things in your own tablet. Perhaps it's prayer. And most importantly, perhaps it's your meditation. That's what Babaji whispers to me. Are you meditating? Are you taking his mantra down and allowing the words and whatever are there to let them go? And let yourself be left with the pure energy of love. His first mantra is the heart, which is a love you've not experienced unless you have it. I get it, Marianne, and you are right in perfect timing. And whoever else feels that they have that need, do it. It'll set you free because you have forgotten who you are. And all the clutter has you detached from what you can remember, because you don't want to remember it, because it wants a nurturance that is in order. So you have to take your time with it, and it will find you, and you will find you. And that will be the wonderful piece about it all. And thank you for sharing, Marianne. It's what the violet flame does to disharmony. And I guess we could say our homes are in disharmony when they're not uplifted and bringing us into joy. So if you're looking for joy, you must and will find it underneath the clutter. Okay? But it's not just that in this real world. It's what about all the truth that your heart holds that you can't remember or see it because you have so much clutter in it, or choosing other things, or doing other things? That truth in your heart can be very crisp, not in a rigid way, but in a joyful way. Let me show you that image one more time. I'm sorry to keep going back to them. Faith came out. Choice came out. Kind of look how fluid that looks. It doesn't look stagnant at all. It has like a swirl to it. Yeah, and I'll reread it. Like a child, I discover joy in the simplicity of life. Happiness lies in the magical moments, not in the material. Even the smallest joy is a great source of light. It does become that life is about light, how much we are, how much we let in. Marianne says she'll hold on to those words. Lauren says, I don't know when this hurt, disappointment, confusion will end. I really was happy until an ugly curveball in my life. Well, God, Mother, Jesus, myself, and everyone else here is empowering you to know that you know the way. You just simply pick one foot up in front of another, one thought in front of another, placing your hand on your heart and giving it permission to guide you and to letting go. Because what you thought made you happy apparently is not what it is. And what does make you happy still exists. It has not been destroyed. It is waiting. It's a wonderful thing to know that God and all his parts of you that are inside are always there. They don't run. They don't leave. They're there helping hold you while you are taking the time to find you. So disappointment and confusion, it's time to go. Yeah, time to go. And you can take them down to the waterway and put them in barge boxes and boxes and boxes of it on the barge. And I don't care how many ships it takes, just keep letting them go. Yeah, there's a lot you can do within the inner consciousness of who you are that will create a difference in how you feel in this world. So whether some of that's anger, whether some of that's hurt, put a box of hurt on, maybe 10 boxes of hurt on. All this stuff, just pack them up and remove them from inside you. Not allowed. Not here. There's no home here for those feelings. So work with that, my friend. And as you keep doing it, you get to where you can't see the ship. It's gone. It's done. And you fill up the next ship. And you're going to discover you. It will happen. And you'll find that they'll become helpers all of a sudden that start helping you pack up. And the ships, if you need another one, they come. There's nothing about lack that is within you. There's always enough to be who you are. All right? Everybody get that? Yeah, there's a lot of workers inside you that are willing to work for you, not against you. The ones that work against you are ones that don't belong with you. They can go with the box. All right. Here's another exercise you can do. I want you to imagine you have a pile of shoe boxes, maybe 50 of them, one on top of the other, and they're all different directions. A mess. So we're going to take a moment and we're going to even them all up, straighten them all out. Put all these 50 boxes in harmony. So, clarity. Something just became clarity. You can go 5 inches away. If there's another one, all disheveled, don't leave them that way. Straighten them. So there's a clear thought, you see? You want a clear thought that represents. Yeah. Disappointment gone. Confusion gone. Clarity. You are the keeper of who you are. And we must learn to keep going and not get stuck. You see? Very welcome. Is that touching someone's heart, someone else who's here, heart? Very easy subconscious release things you can do. Yeah. Perhaps, Marianne, you might want to pick a word that you want to clear out. And then everywhere your eyes go, it's going to be about that word, and that's what goes first. You have to be so you can empower a part of you to help you. And just not the weight, oh, I gotta do this. You'll never make it. You're going to know that the joyful, happy part of you is going to have it be wonderful. Yeah. And certainly the violet flame is a best friend. I really like the color of the clearest blue. It's like clear water. We always use the clear blue around us from the Buddha, Lord Gautama Buddha, and his protection. So you need to become aware of these things that are helping you. Not everything is hurting you. When you get separate from who you are, that's when that happens. And no one here deserves to be separate. They need to move into peace and happiness and joy and have faith. All those positive statements. So I'm going to look one more time to the cards for a word. And it ends up right in my hand. When everything turns to light. Look at that. Let's see what it says. I work to improve myself. I embrace all that life brings to me and transforms darkness into light. I allow myself to grow and become stronger, and so be it. So whatever visual you have with those three cards, let this one be the one that's going to carry you through. Everything turns to light. Everything is light. And if it's not light, you don't want it around. Marianne says, I call on my fairy brigade sometimes for help to bring lightheartedness to the task at hand. It's whatever works for you. You know, we all have the ability to call in fairies, and even more so to call in lots of angels. They like to feel used in a good way. And here's what they'll bring you is peace. Purple, that purple and pink. I am unwavering in the face of fear. I come to my senses and embrace challenge. I am determined to think with a gentle and a calmness. I find inner silence and become a manifestation of peace. That's exactly what we're talking about. And it almost makes it look like a big eyeball. The big eyeball symbol is of God. Let's just pull one more. Goodness. Oh, that took a minute to show up. Yeah. I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positive. Thus I free myself. I allow my goodness to manifest and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, and I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and others. There is the end result of everything you can choose to do. Doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter. Because love is purposeful. And Paul says, more light, more light, more light. It's true. It actually never ends. And on the day that you arrive to where you understand that, you'll believe. Let me see if I can pick a card here for you, Paul. In his words, there's inner strength. As above, so below, as within, so without. That's what I see. Nothing moves me from my path to the light because I have complete confidence in myself. I realize my innate qualities and abilities and know that with God, I can do anything. All the power I need is within me. How about that? You know who my favorite angel is, right? Glenda from the, I'm not going to remember. You know, from the Yellow Brick Road. And here's our final card for the day is gratitude. Look how beautiful that pink is. How multidimensional it gets to be allowed to be because we're not using it in a mis way. Yeah, it's like a hallelujah. I am aware of the light in my life. I direct my thoughts to the beauty in and around me. I give thanks to God for every little thing that brings me joy. Thus, I enlighten my thoughts. Riches surround me, and I appreciate all that life brings me. So let's all have this as our goal today, that it becomes so wonderful. They almost look like ships that have huge masts, and they're illumined in the water of love. What can I say? Heavily featured in my work, but I am embodying that rather than simply spreading it on the page. Yeah, the Wizard of Oz, that's right. So maybe you need to take the walk on the road and find out life is happier than you think it is. For me, I believe that's what she discovered. She was finding something wrong everywhere, but in the end, home, and to those who loved her, was the peaceful place, right? Amen. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got rid of a lot today. If you join me and you are appreciating more about yourself than you did, and you know, you have angels, you have fairies, you have little elves if you need them. If you watch the Harry Potter, the elves have quite a lot of capabilities. Do I believe? I always believe. And if you don't, you need to find out why not. You need to find out why not. Yeah. So I'm going to continue with my heavenly day and lots to do. Yeah, the world is changing. And we're all changing for this golden era to come. So I say, go with it, become renewed, and you're going to love it. No discouragement. Don't let that stop you. You're exactly right. That's exactly right. We went through all the different things to transform. Some of the different things I had people do, and now you can be at peace and joy today. Yeah. Dream. Dreams do come true, you know. Or maybe you don't believe in that either, but maybe you do. Ask and ye shall receive are the words I like. Ask, and she wrote, you shall receive whatever it is that you need. Thoughts are things. It's only when you use thoughts that are negative that it either takes it away or doesn't allow it. So the more you have thoughts, you can keep a notebook of them that are positive. Observe how your life changes, because it does. I've been to a lot of different types of things, but they always usually make you write a letter of what you want. But as you grow, and you learn these different techniques from all these places, by 6 months later, a year later, whichever it is, it's very interesting that all the things you requested have come about. I actually had one lady who wanted a pink Cadillac, and an older one, and she wrote she wanted a pink Cadillac. Well, when we got done our year, she went to look for it, found it, but it didn't have an engine. So let's remember that. You need to ask for everything. You want a pink Cadillac that runs and gets you somewhere. But isn't that an interesting way for so many of us that was in that class to learn? You can't do it halfway. You have to be clear and concise, because your mind is hearing you. And those thoughts that go out into the world are bringing back what you want. And what you need to stop is stop sending out the negative ones. Thank you, everyone, for being so kind with your words. And I hope every day, like today, you're all going to have a wonderful day, and you're going to remember, what am I thinking? What am I putting out? Maybe every day you write one more positive word. I used to do that for a while. Got to be about 30 of them. I looked at them, erased some of them because a lot of them came true. Yeah, let yourself become a vessel of light, that this light and in the form of these words are moving through you and manifesting and creating your world changing. Sure it does. All of a sudden, when all these positive things are coming, how can it be any other way? Yes, amen. You can keep filling those barges all day. Keep letting the ships, you got to remember, let it go. Because the moment you get some twinge and you want to keep it, no, you got to let them go. Or say, well, that's enough for today. I'll come back tomorrow. Subconscious works. You have little people of your subconscious inside you that are following your orders. So you need to think about, what am I telling them? Well, hopefully right now it's to tell them to get out the icky stuff and that you desire to be free and happy and in the love of who you and God are together. That's what you need. All right? Does anyone need one last question asked about all this today before we go? I can imagine you're all going to have a wonderful day feeling the love inside yourself, in your heart. Yeah, I have the chills. So allow it to happen. I'm sending that to you with so many angels. And maybe it'll renew your faith in positive thinking. All right, I'm getting stuffed up. Can I end with a toning? Well, let me see if my nose will clear some of this out. Okay. Let's see what comes. So let's have it have an intention. This toning is about, ooh, I have chills. positive thought. How's that? Creating positively for you. All right. There you go. You're welcome. Whew. My heart, so I could just sing and tone all day. I should create a video, a little, what do you call them, a disc. How about that? Thank you, whoever gave me that idea. All right. You all feel great. You all feel great? Thumbs up. I'll see you tomorrow. Messages. Don't forget about Friday. We didn't get it up. I don't want to hold you up taking you to a different place. Oh, it has a place now you can post a comment. Okay. But it'll be Friday morning at 11. Me and Doug. We're going to bring some very new things about consciousness and how to work with it and to clear it from Saint Germain. So I'll have it up and on the board. What's it called? My post now by tomorrow. Sorry, we were involved with cleaning out the dirt. Yeah. All right. It was an interesting feeling day, wasn't it? It was like, with it going back, it's like it was never the right time. Excellent, Lauren. Thank you for sharing. All right. I got to go or I won't be quiet. You're very welcome, Barbie. Welcome to everybody. God bless. Don't forget Baba G. Sorry to point at you. Bye-bye.